Nyanda from Atsikana Polendo. I'm a math and computer studies teacher at Atsikana Polendo Secondary School. Yeah. So remember last time we were discussing about the properties of the circle, right? Remember a circle is supposed to have a radius, a circle is supposed to have a diameter, and there is a chord as well. Segment, sector, and arc, those ones. So we also discussed about the properties of a triangle. Why? Because in this topic, angle properties of the circle. Before we solve any question concerning this topic, we are supposed to have basics from the properties of the circle, the basics from the isosceles triangle. So we discussed about isosceles triangle, remember? The properties of isosceles triangle, remember? We have two properties mainly. The first property says that two opposite sides of a triangle, they are equal, right? That's the first property of a isosceles triangle. Another one, the base angles of a triangle, they are equal, right? They have the same value. That's the second property of a isosceles triangle. We solved an example concerning isosceles triangle. Remember, we are finding the missing angle inside the isosceles triangle. You know that. I know that everything is fine. But if you have a question, drop it there down in the comment section. I will respond. I'm always online. So, but today, remember, the journey is to discuss about angle properties of the circle. But before we dive into that topic, we are supposed to have basics, right? So that once we start discussing about the topic, everything is supposed to be fine, right? So we are supposed to discuss about those basics first. Yeah. So today, I have a lesson. It's all about triangles as well. We are supposed to discuss a theorem in triangles that will help us to prove that angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. That's the first theorem in this topic. That's why. So we are supposed to discuss about those basics first before we dive into the actual topic. So feel free, engineers, remember, you're supposed to be there. Don't sleep. Everything will be fine. Okay, fine. The theorem says that an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. What's the meaning of that theory? Don't worry, Mr. Nyanda is here. That's why Mr. Nyanda is here. Fine. Let me draw a triangle. Just a triangle. I will not be specific. Just a triangle, right? Let's label it ABC, right? Triangle ABC, right? Remember, a triangle is a three-sided figure connected with straight lines with three sides and what? Three angles, right? So you have this angle, this angle, and this angle, right? But what if the line BC is extending somewhere else there, right? What if this line is going somewhere else there? And let's label it D. Meaning that from this diagram, we have four angles now, right? Three angles inside the triangle, one angle outside. That's why I'm here. Fine. So we have this angle. It's outside the triangle, right? So this angle we call it an exterior angle. Exterior angle. While we have this angle inside here, we also have this angle and this angle. Those ones, we call them what? Interior angle. Interior angle. Interior means something which is inside somewhere else. So, based on this concept, this one, and this one is interior angles. Why they are called interior? Because they are inside the triangle. Interior angles. While this one, we call it exterior angle. Why? It's outside the triangle. That's why it's called exterior angle. Fine. Okay, but remember the theorem says that exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. So let's discuss about that. Okay, fine. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. Okay, meaning that to find the value of this angle, let's label W, right? It's an exterior angle, right? Of this triangle. Let's label W. Exterior angle. To find the value of this angle, we need to take the value of this angle, let's call it X, plus the value of this angle, let's call it Z. Right? Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. The opposite interior angles is this one and this one. Where is Z and where is X? Where is X? So we need to add it in. The sum of two opposite interior angles is equal to what? Exterior angle of a triangle. That's what they are trying to say. Okay, fine. Let's have an example. Let's have an example. It's a basic one, don't worry, not be hard. A, B, C. Oh, no, sorry. It's supposed to be in order. No. We have this triangle. The triangle now. I'm not handy, but right, let's make it nice. Ooh, over here. So this does supposed to move here. Fine. See. Fine. So we have that background, which is triangle, right? So remember, exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. So let's say let's label it X, right? And let's label this one 20 degrees. This one, let's label it 60 degrees, right? The question now, if angle A, B, C is equal to what? 20 degrees. And angle B, A, C is equal to 60 degrees. Comma. Find the value. Let's put here full stop. Find the value of angle A, C, D. If angle A, B, C is equal to 20 degrees, right? And angle BAC, which is this one, is equal to 60 degrees. Let's find the value of angle ACB, which is this one, right? Remember, we use that theory. Don't worry, it's fine. So, solution. For us to find the value of angle ACB, we use that theory. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles. So we add these angles, the opposite interior angles, we add them, the value of the sum of those angles is equal to this angle, which is exterior angle, right, of a triangle. So angle ACD, remember, is exterior angle, right? Is equal to, we need to add this angle and this angle, remember, is equal to angle what? A, B, C plus angle B, A, C. Reason, remember to put three dots here. Reason, exterior angle, remember EXT means exterior angle of a triangle this symbol means a triangle, is equal to the sum of two opposite. This means opposite, right? The sum of two opposite interior angles, right? Remember to put a reason. Otherwise, without a reason, I will deduct 7 marks from your paper. So I just want you to be accurate in that. You need to show everything. Don't skip some important stuff during solving mathematics. Yeah, fine. So angle ACB is what? It's x, right? X is equal to angle ABC. ABC is 20 degrees. We need to substitute, right? It's 20 degrees. Plus angle BAC is 60 degrees, right? 60 degrees. Fine. So x is equal to what? We need to add this one. Why? They are like terms. 20 degrees plus 60 degrees is what? Simple mathematics is 80 degrees. Remember to put a degree. That's the answer. Therefore, angle ACD is equal to what? 80 degrees. You are done. Right? So, here is 80 degrees. So if this one is 80 degrees, what about this angle? How will I find it? Using this value. Remember, a straight line is equal to 180 degrees, right? Angles in the straight line. Meaning that it's simple for us, it's easy for us to find the value of angle ACD, ACB, I mean. ACB. Angle ACB. How can you find the value of angle ACB? We will take 180 degrees minus what? Minus 80. Or angle BCD minus angle ACD. Reason and adjustment angles. Or angles instead right. But let's do it. Angle ACB is equal to angle BCD minus angle what? Angle ACD. Reason adjacent angles or angles in the straight line. Okay, let's use angles in the straight line because some of you know angles in the straight line. So don't reason angles in straight line. Angles in the straight line. Fine. What's the value of angle ACB? We don't know. That's why we want to find. Angle ACB is equal to what? Angle BCD is what? BCD is 180 because it's a straight line. This line. BCD is a straight line. So it's 180 degrees. Remember, it's 180. Then minus angle what? ACD. ACD is 80 degrees, right? Minus 80 degrees here. So what's the value here? 180 minus 8 is what? It's 100. 100 degrees. So therefore, angle ACD is equal to 100 degrees. You are done. It's very simple if you follow the process. So make sure you go through the process so that we should be together when solving the problem concerning angle properties of the shape. So we are done with the basics. So next lesson we will start proving that the angle at the center is twice angle of reference. Another one, angle in the same circle is equal to 90 degrees. Another one. So we have a lot of them, right? So we use the same concept. So thank you so much for being with me in this lesson. May God bless you. Bye. Hey.